Hello and welcome back to Better Minecraft and Minecolonies. Welcome back to the series, and a huge thank you to all of you guys that are Patreon members, and like this guy, Random Nerd, but also YouTube members as well. Thank you for your support. Last episode we lost a very good man. We lost Bilbo Hamilton was his name? Man, we've forgotten his name already. What better way to show massive disrespect to the fallen? Now also I did a quick survey as well to ask you guys what you wanted to see me build next, and overwhelmingly, oh my god. Overwhelmingly, the answer was you wanted me to build a barracks, so that's what we've been researching. Let's go and see how that's going. Another glorious day, the birds are tweeting, the bees are in the hives collecting the honey, all the good things are happening here on the colony. But I've read a few comments from you guys saying, actually, you know what, the colony is looking like a bit of a mess. And do you know what? You guys are actually really correct. There is so much neatening and tidying up that we need to do now, because I've basically been on a crazy building spree. I've been building buildings left, right, and center, and what that means is we haven't had time to catch up and make things all nice and pretty. So what I'll probably do is give that a pass and decorate the paths, maybe do the subway system, make that look all neat and tidy. Basically make the place look very habitable. Now, we lost Bilbo Hamilton to a bear attack over there in the quarry, which is pretty rough, but you know, that's just how it goes. Aha, so here we go, 0 of 2 research in progress, which means I guess we've completed both of the researches we were going for. Now, which were they? There was in combat. There we go, tactic training. Now we have a barracks, and this unlocks level 2 in this tree. And the other new building that we researched was the Composters Huts. Now, we don't really need a Composters Hut. The real reason why we researched it is because of all of these things that are locked behind it. So without compost, you can't get a flower shop or a plantation. Now, the plantation is a very cool building because it lets you farm, I think, cactuses and sugar canes, which are two things that at the moment we do manually. But when you think about it, there's so many things on our to-do list. We've got to build a barracks now. We've got to build the quarry. We've got to get the mine to level 3, and we've got to build the smeltery and the sawmill. Those are 5 buildings that we have on our to-do list. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to research any more buildings. What we're going to do instead is research some of the ones down civilian that basically just upgrade our colonists. For example, first aid just gives our civilians 2 more health points. Doesn't sound like a lot, but honestly, it's all going to add up, especially when you get deeper down the first aid tree. And I think the final tier is, oh yeah, look at this, Citizen HP plus 10. So we're going to be focusing on the buff research. We're going to get first aid, 8 hay bales, which we've got now on our person, bang. And secondly, we're going to go down combat, and check this out. Guards need 500% less sleep. Well, can you imagine, right? I've seen the guards around the colony, and most of the time they are asleep. So I think this is a very important research. Boom, and there we go, we'll leave those 2 to simmer. So like I said, we've got to focus on getting the buildings that we have already built. And the first 2 we'll focus on for now will be the sawmill and the quarry, while we find a place to build our barracks. So the sawmill, and we're going to put, I think, Queen Decoy on this. She's new to the scene. The materials aren't too crazy, and what's most important right now is that she just clears out the trees and landscape ready for the sawmill. And numero ni is going to be the quarry. Now, to hopefully lower Alyssa's chances of getting eaten by a bear, what we're going to do is get a whole bunch of axes and help her chop down the forest. If there's no dark canopies for bears to hide underneath, they're not going to really attack her, I don't think. Sorry, dude. Well, maybe we'll make like a little kind of Tasmanian devil shelter where we rescue all of the Tasmanian devils that have been, dehomed by our aggressive deforestation policy. Oh man, it is really good. It's a really good feeling to see a massive tree be felled. There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, and what we're going to do now is we're going to leave Alyssa to deal with the rest herself, because I think we've kind of done most of what we can. There's a little bit of like tree hanging on there, but for the most part we've cleared out this massive forest. We've got loads and loads of oak logs. which is going to be great for future projects. And what we're going to do now is go over and see how the sawmill is going on. And also a quick look at the build scroll shows us, yeah, Alyssa has 15% of the things she needs, but that's okay, we can hook her up with most of these things, no sweat. And also, Queen Decoy has about 50% of the things, but Queen Decoy's supply list, her shopping list, is much smaller and much more manageable. It's basically just all oak. The bigger question is, how far along is she with her ground clearance? Oh man, like Alan Titchmarsh over here. Wait, hang on a sec. I don't even think she started. Where is she? Well, okay, fair enough. Let's give her a hand with these trees. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, that's still a big one. There we go, gotcha. Man, but the big question is, where is she? She might actually be up on top of the trees, much like the builder was before. And that's why we couldn't see her. Let's see if we can see her now. I don't see her up there. Man, it's a mystery. Where could she be? Where is Queen Decoy? Well, never mind. Wherever she is working on something, and that'll all come together for her. So let's work on getting Alyssa Jack the items she needs now to make the quarry. She's well underway clearing out the area, but the most important thing is she has what she needs when she needs to start. And again, I think this is mostly stuff we have in the computer, so let's go and see if we can craft it. So let's take a look. Barrels, blocks of iron, chains. Okay, so some of the things... Oh my god, it's like a big old meeting of couriers here. Oh no, maybe they're trying to form a union. We don't want to get Amazoned here. So what we're looking for is the bits and bobs Alyssa needs for the quarry. It's a big old build, but I'm quietly confident that we have a lot of these things lying around. For example, here's 3 chains. Let's see if we can find some more. There's a barrel. 20 chains. Yeah, there's little bits and bobs lying around across all of these racks. But before we start giving Alyssa what she needs for the quarry, what I want to do first of all is completely empty her racks. Basically, she's got a whole bunch of stuff here, but none of this stuff is really applicable to what she's building right now. And you guys have said one of the problems for her might have been the fact that this builder's hut is full of materials that she doesn't need. So let's get rid of all of these and she can maybe start fresh with items from the warehouse. And so there we go, we've completely emptied the builder's racks. Now she can start fresh with no worries about not having space. This should, fingers crossed, fix the death loop that we had before of the builder running from one building to the other. With that in mind, let's slowly start stocking up the builder's hut with the items she needs for the quarry. Excellent, so clearing out my pack and putting everything into the warehouse from the builder's hut has been really huge. And as you can see, our couriers are hard at work going backwards and forwards, delivering all of these new materials around the colony. For example, we had a whole bunch of cobblestone in the builder's hut, and now we put it here in the warehouse. These guys are taking the materials over to the mine, where Dr. Potter needed some cobblestone things to keep going with his mining. That's amazing, excellent work. So let's take a look at Alyssa's scroll and see what else she needs for this quarry. Barrels, blocks of iron, chains, spruce, clay shingles, racks, and of course stripped spruce logs. And these are again all very simple things, so let's see if we can take care of them. So let's go through some of these racks to see if we can find some racks. And yeah, here we go, some chain in this one, iron ingots, and the barrels that we need. Okay, so let's make these blocks and chains. We need 2 blocks. Yeah, oh yeah, you're goddamn right. Now, how do you make a chain? Recipe for a chain. Oh, okay, ingots. Oh, so Queen Decoy, she's begun work on the sawmill. Well, let's go and watch this happen. So Queen Decoy as a builder belongs to the cave hut, and her racks are much cleaner than Alyssa's were. Plus, this is also a much smaller and relatively simpler build than the medium quarry. Getting a sawmill is essential for our production going forwards. Basically, with the sawmill in place, we can get a carpenter in here, teach him how to make things like planks from oak logs, how to make stairs, slabs, trapdoors, doors, signs, ladders, all of the basic wooden recipes. Anyway, it looks like Queen Decoy has a few troubles swimming, and I've tried to build scaffolding to help her get up out of the water, but none of it seems to work. So I think what we're really going to have to do is just leave her to it and hope she fixes herself. The sawmill is mostly built, so let's check back on that in a minute. Okie dokie, so we were in the process of getting most of the materials that Alyssa's going to need for her quarry, and as you can see, she's done a lot of clearing out around here. This area looks almost ready and primed for the quarry to go down. But the resource scroll says, as you can see, she's still missing a couple of bits and bobs here and there. Now, stripped logs, that's something we know how to make, so let's head back home, and I think we're going to be using the cutting board for this one. So the last thing to make is light grey clay spruce. Oh, look, all we need for that is light grey dye and the normal spruce shingles. Oh, cool, okay. So one last check of the scroll, and oh yeah, there we go, boom. Green across the board. Let's go plug these in to Alyssa's computer. Oh, but Alyssa has a problem as well. What's the problem, Alyssa?
Weekends again.
The pickaxe to keep going. Oh right, she must have to dig some stone. And I bet all the pickaxes have been used by our miner as well. Oh, the research is complete. Amazing. So, required resources. There goes the barrel, the blocks of iron, chain, spruce, all of this stuff. There we go, 100% supplied. Amazing. So if we give her the pickaxe now, things should get going. But what kind of pickaxe can I give her? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to loan her my iron pickaxe. I'm going to upgrade it to 100% durability.
What can I do for you?
And let's put it in her pack. Also, let's get rid of all these useless fruits and vegetables from you. So let's check on the sawmill. How is Queen Decoy doing now? Has she drowned yet? I don't think so. But I haven't seen the building be complete. Oh my god, she is still bugging out over here. Oh man, this is pretty frustrating. So let this be a lesson to you guys. If you want to use a building that has water as part of the schematic, or a building that's on water, be very, very, very careful, because honestly, most of the time, it bugs out, and what you end up with is a builder that spins around in the water and doesn't get anything done. Okay, one last chance, Queen Decoy, but I'm so tired. Oh, she just teleported around. Why did she teleport over here? Okay, she might have fixed herself. Oh no, don't do it. Don't do it. No! No! Oh, it's the worst. The funniest thing as well is she starts spinning slowly, and then she gets quicker and quicker and quicker. Honestly, at this rate, she's going to drill herself down to China. So it looks like this is what you get for not properly checking your references. Turns out Queen Decoy is the worst builder we've ever had. I should have known better than to hire people named after my Patreons. Oh no, JK, I'm still going to hire you guys. Just, you know what? Try to be better than Decoy. So what I'm going to do now is get rid of this tree, because it's kind of ugly, kind of in the way. There we go, nice. But we'll leave her to it, because we've got something more important to check on. That's right, we finished the research that we'd had planned. So what I'm going to do... Oh, whoops. So what I'm going to do now is change the research to a level 2 research. We unlocked, where was it? First aid. So let's unlock First Aid 2. We'll need 16 hay bales, but I think we can manage that. And we're also going to unlock... what else? Oh, look at this. Knights unlock shield use. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so I think for the time being, what we're going to go for is Avoidance, because giving our knights some shields sounds like a really cool move. So 3 blocks of iron and 16 hay bales. Here we go, back at base. So civilian, we're looking for first aid 2. Here we go. Requires town hall level 2 and 16 hay bales. Gives our citizens another 2 HP. That's pretty good. And now in the combat tree, we're going to teach our guys to use shields by researching avoidance. Bam, very simple, but we are storming now through the research now that we have 2 researchers. Oh, you know what? I am so done with this guy. Oh, what's wrong with you? Why are you sitting there spinning? You know you're not supposed to do that, right? Bro, you don't spin. You're not supposed to spin. Oh. So, do you know what? I'm kind of confused now. I'm kind of at a loss. I have no idea how we are going to fix Queen Decoy. She's supposed to be doing something, but she's not doing it. I just don't know what's going on. She's got a bucket of water. We took some rails off her. We put the rails where we think they're supposed to be. I mean, this looks correct, right? So you know what? I am very confused, my dudes. We're supposed to help Queen Decoy out with this build, but I've sent her back to her base countless times, and she just keeps coming out here, going into the water, and spinning around. Okay, so we've kind of fixed her by building her a little kind of bridge around the outside of the water wheel, because I guess in the original plans the water has to be there under the wheel but nowhere else, and it turns out if you try and build this on the river it bugs out. So learn from me, if you're going to build this building, build a bit of a land bridge around the outside, around the wheel, and that should help fix everything for her. Amazing. Oh, and there we go, the building is complete. So let's get rid of some of this ugly dirt and hire ourselves a carpenter. Okie dokie, let's get inside this building and take a look. So you hire a carpenter at the sawmill, manage workers, and they need dexterity and knowledge. Now the only colonist we have at the moment that's free is Vanessa Biglips, but we want to get a better colonist. This is a very important job, so we're going to put Vanessa Biglips in a guard tower. The problem is we have so many guard towers and they're all so spread out that it's difficult to remember which ones are the guard towers where the guards died. Now, last episode, you'll remember somebody drowned. We had a guard that drowned. So one of these guard towers is empty. And it looks like it's this one. So we're going to get Vanessa Biglips in here, and boom, she's a knight. Now there's a new bed slot, and we can work out who we want for our carpenter. So a carpenter is looking for, I think it was knowledge and, is it dexterity? Yeah, dexterity and knowledge. So Ferda has a high dexterity but a terrible knowledge. Well, let's keep looking. Also, he costs honey, which we can't really afford right now. Who else in the tavern has pretty cool stats? So we've got random nerd Del Cassie. Well, we've already got a random nerd, so we're not going to do that. Although the dexterity and knowledge, knowledge is terrible.
I'll take care of it.
5 and 21. So Bobby Smallpeen is in the running, but he's a pretty low probability. What about Tilly Snape?
I can help you with
14 and 5. That's kind of terrible too. Who else is knocking around? I kind of wish there was a button that summons all of the guests back to the tavern. Well, let's click on the tavern and see if there is. Oh, yeah, look, recall citizens. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. This just recalls everybody that lives in the tavern. Oh, that's terrible. There we go. There is a new dude. Hiding over by the mine. It is Cypher Drogo, who I think is named after one of our Patreons.
I can help, I guess.
He costs emeralds, which we do have. Oh, but he's only got 2 knowledge. Still, because he is named after a Patreon and his dexterity is okay, we are going to be hiring him. So we'll get a couple of emeralds. And Cypher
If you
Drogo,
say so.
welcome to the colony. Let's make you a carpenter and show you guys at home how the sawmill works. So yeah, manage workers, hire Cypher Drogo, and he should come over here very shortly. Now the sawmill is basically just a building that turns logs into wooden items. And here we go on the crafting recipe section, you can teach him a recipe. Oh wow, look at this guy, what an amazing hat. Why has he got such an amazing hat, and what's going on with his right arm? Anyway, let's get to teaching this guy some recipes. So we have oak logs here, we should teach him that an oak log makes an oak plank. So he knows how to make planks, but there's so many more things that we need to teach him how to make. For one, I think we kind of need to teach him how to make some oak structurized blocks. So vertical oak timber frame, boom, teach you that one. Now we should also teach him how to make staircases. Yeah, that's a good one. Slabs, that's very important. Trap doors and pressure plates. Wait, what's this? Unable to store the recipe. Either the sawmill has no space for any more recipes, or the recipe doesn't correspond with its profession. Right, so maybe pressure plates are not in the sawmill's repertoire. Definitely though trapdoors will be, surely. Yeah, there we go. And normal doors. And boom, check it out, suddenly this guy knows a whole load of things to craft. Now, as you level up the huts, you get even more space for even more recipes, because I know 10 seems like a very low limit right now. But what I'm thinking now is, can you teach this guy how to make shingles? Well, let's see. We'll put the bricks here, the sticks here, the oak plank here. Now, can you teach him clay oak shingles? Wow, yes you can, okay. Well then, the only other thing I want to teach him then is the slate oak shingles, which use cobblestone. So that is 10 recipes, which will do for now. There are other things that we want to teach this guy, but that might have to wait. Things like tools, however, have to be made at the blacksmith, so we'll have to wait with that. Oh hey, look at this. Alyssa Jack is almost ready to do the quarry. 1% used, but I can't see any blocks that she would have put down here. Either way though, she's finished the digging, the stage is set. All we need to do now is watch her build this bad boy. Oh man, this should be a very silky smooth, no fuss build. In theory, but it never works out like that, does it? Well, let's watch it in action. So this build should take us a long time, but probably not as long as the university. And the reason why is because this build is definitely nowhere near as dense. And what do I mean by that? Well, basically, there are very few blocks used in this build. It's just really a big open space for the quarry. There is like a giant crane thing in the middle and a bit of a hut. But by and large, there are far fewer actual blocks used in this build compared to the university where you are seeing things like hundreds and hundreds of bits of cobblestone, etc. But it does also mean that poor old Alyssa has to run backwards and forwards across this giant football pitch, basically, to put down each block, and that's going to take her loads of time. But luckily enough for us, we can just time-lapse this and watch it all take place over the course of just a few seconds. So aside from getting a higher level builder's hut and our builder leveling up, either through the library or just passively by working, there are a few other things that we can do to speed up the builder's progress. And those are unlocking certain researches in the university. There's ones that give you more backpack space, so our builder can hold more when they come out to build, which means she's going to be going back to her hut less and less. Also, there's a research that literally increases the speed of which colonists put down blocks, and I think that's mostly aimed at the builder. But we'll have to wait and see because so many of these researchers are also locked behind us having a higher level university, and pretty soon we're going to need that bad boy to be level 3. And there we go, a beast of a build that is finally complete, and just like Hodor, it's huge, but it's simple. I'm keen to hire somebody to work at this quarry, but the question I have now is, do we have enough housing on the colony to support another worker? Well, let's find out. Okay, so let's take a dash over to the town hall and see how many slots we have for new workers. And it looks like we're in trouble. We only have 23 slots for civilians and all of our existing citizens are already working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reassign one of our couriers. I think at the moment 3 is overkill. Also, I want to see how the quarry works. So I'm desperate to do that. I'm going to go down into the cave, unassign one of the couriers from down here and see if I can assign them to work at the quarry. So back over here at the quarry, let's get Miss Jameson, formerly a courier, into her new job as a... wait, what? Where is she? Miners. To start the quarry, construct a mine. Wait, what? Hire a quarrier and then assign the quarrier to the quarry. Okay, that's a bit complicated, but I think I get it. So it looks like the quarry is to the mine as a field is to the farm. It's just a place where one of the workers goes to do their job. So it could be that we could send Dr. Potter over there instead. So to test this out, what we're going to do is we're going to fire Dr. Potter as a miner for now, and instead hire him as a quarrier, because he's got the same stats. Basically, a miner needs the same stats as a quarrier. Okay, fair enough. So now you're a quarrier, Dr. Potter, and we're going to go over here and assign him at the quarry. So here we go. Manage workers, Dr. Potter, hire you for the quarry, and now let's see what he does. So here he is on his way over to the quarry. And so I think this works. Ooh, a tree just got built right in front of him. Aha, so Dr. Potter is ready to get to work, but it looks like he has a big old problem. So much like with the mine, he has to build things around the edge of the quarry as he digs it out, but it looks like the materials he uses are a little bit more complicated than he does in the mine. You can see here he needs spruce, cobblestone, timber frames. Ugh. So we'll have to find a way to make those on the colony. Well, thank you for watching this episode. A big thank you to all of my Patreons and all of my YouTube members. If you've watched this far, make sure you throw in a cactus jack into the comment section and I'll heart your comment. Until next time though, take care guys.